Well, hi guys, and welcome to RCC Adventures. Now, still having sound issues as such. It was a bit better in the last video, as you saw, but not great. So I'm using headphones today for an iPhone. So hopefully this works okay. Harlequin behind me. Going to get her up on ramps, not to do maintenance in the mechanical sense. We're going to be doing maintenance in the cleaning sense because I've used her, as you saw in the last video, in this crappy cold weather where there's salt on the roads and everything like that. So I need to get her up in the air and try and get some of the salt off the bottom and off the car itself. So we're giving her a bit of a deep clean with a pressure washer today. So let's get the ramps out. We'll get her up in the air. I might be able to film it if I can get the holder to sit correctly on the floor, because I've left my tripod down the container. Yeah, I think that's where it is. Can't remember. But that's down there, so having to use other ways of doing it. And hopefully be able to film that, get her up in the air, and then we'll get the pressure washer out, try and get her underneath as much as we possibly can. We might have to then turn the car around and then either, well, because it's facing forward, we'll get the front up in the air first, obviously, and then we'll do the back. Maybe get that up in the ramps and get underneath and spray as much as we possibly can. And then maybe when it's still up on the ramps, we might foam it, or when it's back down on the ground again. We will see. See how the day goes. It's cold. It's not as cold as yesterday though. So let's get started, shall we? Hopefully this works. Car's rather low. I haven't put it on ramps going forward, so hopefully we can get up there. Give it a go. I've taken the headphones out, so it's just the microphone on the phone at the moment. So apologies if you can't hear me very well. Right. Did I mention I hate ramps? I'll get really close as well. I can show you why that was becoming an issue with the bricks. So the lip here, that needs popping back in because it's popped out. We'll probably worry about that when it's back on the ground, but then you look at that and the lips come off. In fact, because that's so coming off, I might just take the whole thing off and put it back on when it's on the ground. That'll make life a lot easier and a bit more access. Yeah, I hate ramps because you can't see them. Can't see where they are, you can't see if you're going to go over the edge. That's why I kept stalling, because I was trying to hold it. But she's up. So now we can get underneath and start pressure washing. Dear oh dear. I think we'll do time lapse now. So hopefully that time lapse showed quite a bit of detail. I haven't looked at it. But yeah, as you hopefully have seen, that I managed to try and get underneath as much as possible, try and get in any of the nooks and crannies you can. Obviously this side that I'm standing, so this side of the car, I'm a little bit limited on where I can stand or kneel or lie down because of space. But it's just trying to get in all the cracks you possibly can, because the last thing you want is to leave the salt on there and it slowly rots the bottom of your car out, which is no fun for anyone. So I think what we're going to do now is get the car off the ramps, turn it around, put it up on the back end, because underneath around the back is the only bit I haven't done underneath now. Or I might just take off the ramps and I might be able to get underneath quite a bit, because there's only sort of the last portion sort of underneath the boot, so the boot floor is the only bit I can get to, and I don't have to use the ramps again, so I think I'll do that instead. Just reverse it back, spray her underneath as much as we can, and then we'll move on to the snow foam, wash that off, and probably, because it's so cold, slowly let it drip dry. It's not going to dry on, so main thing is just get the salt off. And if you cherish a car, or it's not your everyday car, then I highly recommend doing this, because I've had a car in the past, can't remember what one it was though, I think it was a Honda Jazz. Yeah, that was a Honda Jazz, and I used it over the winter, and the floor before the winter was, yeah, it was a little bit of surface rust here and there, but by the end of the winter the boot floor had gone through, above the exhaust had gone through, chassis rails along the back had gone through. Basically it was right off there and then, but I carried on using it because it's me and I needed it for work, and then the gearbox went, so then it scrapped. But yeah, so over a winter of just constant salt on the roads can really affect the underneath of your car, especially if it's got surface rust on there, because then it's got something to bite onto. So yeah, let's get it off the ramps and then carry on. Probably do a little bit more time lapse. work its magic, as it always does. Great stuff. Also Glim snow foam. It's all I've used so far and I love it. I'm interested to try out any others. I want to try out also Finesse stuff as well. What was the other companies as well? Oh, there's a few others, but I can't think of off the top of my head. One I follow on TikTok as well. I can't remember what the company's name is. No, won't come to me. It'll probably come to me later. But anyway, people are probably wondering, especially if you've seen these videos before in this kind of car before, well, this particular car as well, is that the paintwork, why do you bother so much? Because the paintwork isn't great. The main reason is because I love this car, being a V5, so it's a bit different, but it's a 20 valve manual, front wheel drive, which I'm not sure how many are left, but according to a website called How Many Are Left, which I don't believe at all in the slightest, this is one left. I know of a few more on Facebook, but hey ho anyway. So yeah, keep it, well, I'm trying to keep it as best as I possibly can. Washing the salt off, as I said at the beginning of the video and sort of near the middle of the video, that helps out in a massive way. Trying to keep the salt off so you don't rot away. I know that the leading edge of the front wing on the driver's side by the door, that's bubbling up. That's because there's foam inside the inner wing. God, I couldn't get my words out. I'm a bit out of breath. Took a lot of effort for some reason. But there's foam inside there and it fills up with water and rots the wings out. I haven't taken them out, I know I should have done, but I'll probably need to either repair or replace that wing. This wing isn't too bad, well, I need to do something with it, but eventually it might actually have a colour change, because that rear corner needs a respray anyway. It's not sure, you won't be able to see it with the snow foam, but if you look carefully, you can see all the paint's all sort of roughed up and creased, where the lack is gone, and then the paint's come out, and it's gone bad. It's the same with the rear quarter. So that door and the rear quarter need a respray. The front end, the bonnet, the bumper, the driver's side wing, and the door are all replacement parts, because you can see, because it's silver underneath, not black. So pretty much the whole car needs a respray. Don't know if it's going to be a colour change or I'm just going to touch up the bits that I know need doing in the black, because you don't really see many Golfs that are black anymore, and I think this is uni black with the cream cloth interior, especially being a V5. So yeah, we'll let the snow foam do its bit, wash it off and probably leave it there, let it drip dry. It's good every now and again to let a car drip dry. Yeah. So hopefully this guys has inspired you to do the same. I know it's cold out here, especially in the UK at the moment. I know it is over in America as well. Hi from over the pond. Get underneath and try and wash off all that salt that they put down on the roads. It's great for grip, terrible for your car. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. I'm not going to bother washing it off, film washing it off. I'm just going to wash it off and let it drip dry, and we'll catch you in the next one. So cheers guys. Oh, please subscribe, like and share, and yeah, anyway, cheers.